Okay, I think this is much better. At least the camera doesn't go off focus all the time. I'm coming up on another state. Well, driving from Singapore since about 11, I think, this morning. Normally it takes about 3 hours plus, or 2 hours, maybe 3 hours to get home. Smooth drive, not going really that fast, average about 150 kilometers an hour, so plus minus, gotta get gas along the way. Yeah, so basically I need to rush back to do a few things, to actually settle some of the decisions that we need to make for the event in KL. There are a couple of events in KL actually. The first is on the 17th with, I think, Simon's group, and Simon's group, and also another event that might be happening somewhere in China. And also events that is coming up. I think today there's an event in India, the Maharashtra state. If you guys are tuned on, sorry I could not be there, but I hope I can travel to India soon to actually see all of you guys and have the AMA session with all of you. I believe that the only problem that CT has now is okay, I'm back. I think the only problem that CT has is the complexity of it. A lot of members don't understand the project very well. We're not doing a very good job in explaining how it is, but we are handling this as much as we can with Matt's team. Now his team is beefed up to 4 or 5 people now. Hopefully his team may come up with a lot more explanation. I think that Eugene's informatics is super good. I shared it this morning. I wish that you guys could actually go and view it. It's very close to what we are trying to portray in our particular Kautokean project. And yeah, so any questions you guys can actually post up here. If I can read it, I will try to answer you guys while I'm driving back. Any questions that you want, or you just want me to keep talking? Hi Ian. Hi Ming. So recently I was in Taiwan 2 times actually, and actually for 3 different events, one smaller one. So the first event was really good. We had about maybe 500 odd people joining us. And the second event was at a really good place, and even though the participant wasn't that much, but it was very cool because I like it that the way we can actually have a super AMA session with all the Taiwanese members who wanted to know much more about us. Yes, you know, as the project becomes more successful, there are many people, scammers, and all these other people outside there trying to pull you down, or try to pull us down, or trying to smear our name by releasing fake information. And most of this information does actually get to the hands of the members, and if the members itself is not really familiar with our project, that's where things starts to happen. So I love to do AMA sessions with everyone. Hi Joyce. And many info outside there. Don't really listen to them unless it's actually from us, from the app itself, or from our official website. Okay, so the Taiwan trip was super good, as I say. I get to meet close to maybe 1,000 people or so, and yeah, I hope to do it for the other countries as well. I'm trying to limit my traveling schedule this year, so that I can actually focus on finishing up and to patch up all the features that we have rolled out so far. Hi Faith, hi Nico, ni hao. Yeah. Okay, let me try and cut this guy off. It's really slow. Oh gosh, what's he doing? Okay. Hi Russell, Nam. Hi Steven. Antonio. Just chilling out, having a relaxing drive back home from Singapore after I had a wonderful dinner with my kids at a very nice restaurant called Colina, one of my favorite restaurants for Australian steak. So yeah, it's a pretty cool place to be. Well, my daughter can finish a huge sirloin. Well, while they're growing. Any good food lately? Well, more food in Malaysia. I'll try to share with you guys the food that you can have in KL. Lots and lots of them. Yeah. See, Malaysia is a very diverse country, so you can actually get a lot of different type of food here. Chinese, Malay, Indian, the mixture of all, fusion, right? Yeah. So there are many great food around. I've brought some of the members, the luckier ones, you can say, to my favorite spots in KL. Some of these places I've actually been there since I was like what, less than 20 years old, before I actually left for China. Yeah, and the shops are still there, the restaurant is still there actually, and you can see that the staffs or the part owners are all old, like me, growing old. Hi Mark. Hi Tan. Hi Sandy. We are going to have an event, hopefully organized by Luigi, sometime in October. It's going to be in Canada, I believe. Maybe somewhere in, I'm not sure where. Wait till he actually announces it. So that will be our first event near the States. Near the States. Faith, you still remember the place I brought you to? Everyone seems to love that place. The fish is excellent. Steamed fish. Never go wrong. second best place for food, I believe, is in Taiwan. So as you know that me and Matt and SS have been in Taiwan for a couple of times, right? And most of the nights when we are free, we will actually roam the Taiwan night markets for food. And wow, I can tell you, it's really, really good. And it's really affordable. If you think that Malaysia food is cheap, Taiwanese food is really, really affordable. The portion that they give you is superb. Thanks to Andy and Joyce, Nico, and Nia for bringing us around to scour the street food. Next time when I go Vietnam, you guys need to bring me for good food. The only thing I can find in Vietnam that it's really good is pho. I can't just forget about it. It's really good. The beef slice is really out of this world. Hi Nia, thank you for bringing me around in your sports vehicle. You drive aggressively like me, which is super. Now people always say that you're one person when you're not driving and you're a mixed. You are a mad person when you drive. I find that very true. You tend to release a lot of stress when you're driving. Hola, Christopher. Actually, it's kind of weird to talk to yourself. Actually, not talking to myself, but yeah, it's kind of weird talking this way when it doesn't have much interaction. Hi, Ivan. Waiting for you to come back to KL, or are you in KL? I'm not sure. Hopefully, the situation in Hong Kong is not as bad as it's being reported. Keep yourself safe. Yes, I love BBQ. When's my birthday? Well, it's a long way off. It's in January. Hello, Kumar. Drive carefully, and I'm a very careful driver. Plus, you can never go wrong with this car. It basically just don't let you ram anything. When it's too close to the car in front, it will brake by itself. So yeah, pretty safe. When is PundiX coming? Well, we have submitted all our audits, and we're just waiting for them to say, hey, now fund your account. So we are waiting for PundiX to let us know which account to fund, and then we are off. Just waiting for that. Dee and one of my guys are actually working on this. So yeah, it'll be really soon, hopefully. Okay, let's talk something about the SIM card. So it's not an eSIM, okay? It's a normal SIM. It's actually not a post. It's a prepaid SIM. But the cool thing about this prepaid SIM is we don't need any KYC for this SIM, and because the event itself, we're giving you a free one. You have a free 1-week trial, but I'm trying to get 12 countries to join in, but some of these operators, you know, they don't really respond that quickly. So we can only get 8 countries to sign up with us. We have pre-funded 8 of these countries, which means that I bought a lot of terabytes of data for 8 operators in all these 8 countries. And this SIM is automatic roaming, so it's roaming free, we call it. Just plug it in and it will work, mostly in Asia. Okay, which covers Taiwan, Korea. It doesn't cover Japan though. Japan's data is very, very expensive. So we are trying to see how we can actually get a contra program to work. The rest of the countries like Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, Taiwan, Myanmar is okay. Philippines is okay. All of these are okay. Okay, Cambodia is another different story, right? I'm not sure why, but their data package, the bulk data package, is more expensive than their normal package. So we are still trying to actually get Cambodia to come into this plan as well. So we're starting with 8 countries. It's going to be a 1 gig, 2 gig, 3 gig per week thingy, and members can actually opt to auto reload their data packages once it's finished. Okay, so it is not for you to use daily. If you're in China, of course you use it daily lah. But for if you don't need it, just don't use it. If you need it only for cloud, then use it, okay? As I think it's not as cheap as the local data packages. This is only for when you are actually blocked from accessing cloud from certain countries, or when you are traveling, okay, in Asia. So this is one of the best. We have actually had a lot of requests from other members from the States offering us services to link up with the States, but the situation is that we are actually working with another company, Sprint, to get a package and to link up with the members from the States. We're trying hard to get it already, but it will take some time. As I say, this is only the first beta round that we are releasing the SIM cards for. Expect more updates from the SIM card. The cool thing about the SIM card is it's all through OTA, so you don't need to download anything. You can just order the app, patch up the SIM card. So it's pretty cool. Okay. Moshe, hi. Let's talk a bit about the payment card system, right? So we have just finished our first round of integration with the payment card switch. We're testing it, and the next thing is we need to actually fund the cards. So the way it works, and it's different than the other cards that you see from let's say 10x and the rest, is you don't actually sell crypto to change it to fiat. The cards itself is really fully funded. So what you can say is you are taking CTOs and putting it as a collateral to us, okay, to actually open up a limit for the card, and you can use it. So of course, when I take your CTO as a collateral, I will keep your CTOs when you actually spend on the card. So this is how it works. The card itself is not Sharia compliant yet. Actually, Sharia compliant in a way, because there's no interest or anything at all on the card itself. But the spending of the card itself is not Sharia compliant, because when you spend the card itself, the price itself might fluctuate based on the foreign currency that you're using. We're actually trying to solve this problem as well with our payment gateway, so or payment provider. So we're trying to do that to make it compliant for the Middle Eastern members. Yeah, I drive as safe as you, so don't worry. Hi, Mike. Oh, by the way, I'm testing the data SIM card now. That's why actually I'm on live. I am testing the data SIM card. So far so good. Hi Bob. I'm testing the data SIM, the cloud SIM that I have with me now. The service seems to be running very well. Not much hiccups, just only on a certain stretch. I think probably it's more operator related than the SIM card. Faith, yeah, Sharia compliant is not about it's actually landing is okay. It's just that you need to have a fixed contract of how much you would be charging. It must be fixed and not a variable income. So that is why for our method to actually do a collateral mode for the card itself is okay. Yes, I'm using the cloud token SIM. Smooth video, that's Facebook. It's just that the data itself is actually 4G. Yeah. So there's no limit. If you hit your 1 gig, you have to top up another gig. Or when you buy 3 gigs, you finish the 3 gigs, you top up the 3 gigs. Through CTOs. Hi Tony. Okay, so talking back on the Malaysian event itself, this event, because we're running it from a new convention center, and we have actually got the whole floor to ourselves of the convention center. It's really, really, really huge. So we are actually inviting merchants that will want to actually implement the Cloud Token Merchant Program to actually join us on that day, to promote a bit about yourself. Not to really do business there, but to promote about yourself, your business itself. If you are a, let's say, aesthetic hospital, or you are a travel agent, or you have a, I don't know, some kind of e-commerce company, or you're an e-commerce merchant, or you have some products that you want to sell, yeah, contact us, send a video to us. The media team will go through them to see whether you are you're okay, and yeah, you just come. all the booths are free for you guys to actually promote whatever you want to promote. Okay, but please let us know what you're promoting first. Okay, that's why stick that in your video. Where to post it? Later on, I'll work out with the media team to come up with a account where you guys can actually start to put up. Hi Henry, thank you for all the support. Miotti, did I say that correctly? Hi. Okay, I'm 39 kilometers away from home, so it's pretty fast drive. Well, driving really slowly, about 110. Okay, Project Friday. So you guys know that Project Friday is one of the AI bots that we have actually developed to separate out the affiliate members with the non-affiliate members, right? So for big whales, if you have 3 to 5 million and above, okay, you can actually apply for the Friday project. So this Friday project itself, you have two modules in there. The first module is called Hunter, which hunts for the best traits, okay, on all the different pairs. And you have another module called Juggernaut. Juggernaut is a pure maker. What it does is it creates markets. So what it does is it will actually based on the slowest growing particular pair, it would actually push that pair into a higher and more profitable price point. Okay, when you actually do that, okay, that crypto itself would affect the rest of the other pairs. And that's where Hunter will find out which pairs are moving, are actually growing and which are not growing. And Hunter does all the trades itself. So there's these two modules in there. Juggernaut, which does all the pushing of the share, or to manipulate the share, where the share, the crypto. The Hunter will actually hunt for the correct the deals. Okay, so we've been testing Friday with some members, but because of the asset that these members are trying with is not too huge, so we are seeing losses, plus we are seeing that it is not really moving very fast. What we are going to do is we're going to run Hunter with one of our market partners, okay, which has over 100 million in value, to actually try this out, and we will actually gauge from there to see how it works. So we're going to test with 3 and 5 and 100 mil, okay, to see the percentage that Friday can achieve. Yes and no to bring whales in. Let us actually test first on our side to hopefully give you more data. Whales don't actually come in just by saying that, okay, I have 10 mil, please run it, right? They won't actually do it this way. What we want to do is to provide the whales with more trading data, which are the exchanges that have been trading, what are the pairs, and what is their return rate like, and so on and so forth, which we will all add into a contract, and that contract itself, like a smart contract, it will actually run by itself, and based on the time it takes to actually hit a certain target, then the contract will end, and the whale itself will actually have to re-sign another contract. It is not automatic. Every time when it hits a certain percentage, okay, the contract will run. You have to re-sign the contract again. So basically, that's how the Friday is. Expected time to actually have Jarvis and Jarvis, the block program, we are scheduling sometime end of this year, and yeah, Friday is about that time as well. Roshan, thank you. I'm a safe driver, don't worry. As you can see, my eyes are always on the road, so I'm not looking at you guys. Actually, I'll be looking at myself too, so there's no point. Can you guys hear me okay, or is the audio a bit soft and clunky? CTO SIMs will not have any effect in Nigeria. It's because we only signed for 8 operators in Asia. So, no. Not yet, at least. Okay, how safe are the exchanges? Well, we would only, that's why, remember when we said that we are actually trading on 38 different exchanges, right? We pulled out of 6 exchanges because they could not provide us with any insurance for our investment. So we are pulling off more exchanges because a lot of these exchanges are actually their funds are not as big as what we invest in. So we are actually heavily trading on BitMax, Binance, OK, and Huobi. There's a few big ones. So these big ones all have insurance or a fund to cover when shit hits the fan. Is cloud project long term? Well, what we want to achieve is really different than the rest of the other projects. We want to become a global player in the wallet market, whereby everyone can use our wallet to pay anywhere in the world. So, in order to hit everywhere around the world, as I say, it took Visa, MasterCard about 50 years to actually spread across the world. It took PayPal 10 over years to actually spread across the world. We hope that we can do it within 3 years to spread around the world. Now we are in about 148 countries, but these are only members, right? So we need to hit the members and the merchants so that we can create this ecosystem itself. We think that we can actually do it really fast. I think, yeah, that's one of the things that we're trying to do. Okay, but I think most of our members are really from the cities. So my actual personal goal is to also, evolve the unbanked. So that's what my personal goal is. I think it will take a bit more effort to actually do it. We don't use leveraging. Yeah, we don't actually use that in any of the exchanges because it's too risky. Yeah. Plus, our bots are not tuned to do leveraging. Aging, yes, not leveraging. Okay. So I'm 21 kilometers out, 20 now, away from my home. Yeah, I think for the support side, frankly, last time we don't have a dedicated person to actually look into the automation for the support. That's why it's a bit clunky and really slow. But now we have a person in charge of it that is actually looking through the automation process. One of the other problems that we had was because we have many sources of customer service reports coming in from Facebook, from the app itself, from WeChat, from other sources. So the CS has some tough time reacting to all of this source. But now what we are using is, we are not using Zendesk, that's one, which Zendesk can't really help us, but we're using another help desk application, which totally ties in with the Facebook. So you can just go on Facebook and add in the customer service and report. So a bunch of the customer service support staffs will be able to react to it. And the last time was that every time when a message was answered, the other customer service won't know. But with this tool itself, it's actually categorized and it logs and it creates a sort of a knowledge base for the team. So which is really cool. Ori has 3 levels. The underlying level, we call it L0, is actually what I designed about maybe close to 3 years now. It actually runs on simple SOCs to broadcast and store the transactions on a blockchain. So that level has been done and it's live, okay? And it's just like Bitcoin Core app, right? So you just have that. But Bitcoin Core itself comes with a lot of other functions like to list accounts and so on and so forth. Mine is something like that, but I have less function in it. I only have input and output, that's it, I and O. Okay, so it's fast and it's usable. So we actually split the commands into L1, which is the monitoring tools, and the APIs on L2. So once I finish L0, I do not have time to do L1 or L2. But I hope that by the end of the year, once I've completed most of CT's development, I can have time, or the team itself, okay, will be able to take over the most of the developments in CT, and I can actually spend time to develop Ori and to launch it as a open source and a free of use platform. So it's going to have the speed faster than any platform there is. It's not going to have any mining fees or anything. it's going to be totally free for all, which is what a lot of Chinese VCs, hedge funds would not like. But no, I don't really care. I don't need the money, so I'm going to make it free. iOS on the live trades, right? It's not that we don't want to add it in. It's that Apple requires to have a license, at least a trading license, in order to do it. So we are waiting for our CESA license to be approved, which we are doing now. So once we have that, we can actually put it back in and send that to Apple for approval. So when can we expect that? In the next couple of months, hopefully. Well, for now, just get another Android phone. That's the fastest way. Cool, I just passed the last big trap. When will... oh, okay. The other projects will come up very, very quickly. We have another SEO project coming up, which will be announced very soon. Once that is up, you guys can actually start, let's say, investing. You guys can participate in that project very soon. Jarvis will always be there, but at the end of the year, Jarvis block program will be introduced, which means that there will be a participation limit. Those that actually, withdraw from the block, one block will be free, and if the next person uses that block, you are not able to come back in again. So that is the block program that we are introducing by the end of the year. OTA will be ready really soon. We have not tested it yet, but the integration with the OTA is halfway. So once that is ready, we will have a test. Actually, I just did a test on last week, whereby we took two different countries, mainly KL and Singapore, as a comparison between Booking.com. So my Booking.com level is level 2. So I have a 15% discount or so, I think. And the price that we are getting is actually quite comparable with Booking.com. I'm going to check with Ctrip as well. So we'll try to see if the prices are comparable. And if we are still on the high side, we will actually tune the strategy to compare against certain discounts that we can get, which will benefit the users, and also to increase our profitability. Hi Eugene, thanks for the infographics, it's super amazing. Hi Nicholas. Hi Reddy. It's kind of hard to read the text when you are driving at about 130, so let me slow down and try to read. Okay, XRP, you can actually use the swap to change to TUSD. For EOS, we are integrating with another swap engine so that we can actually swap in EOS to TUSD. When will that be? After we finish the swap for Jarvis first, which will be by this coming week. Let's see what happens. Traffic jam. So this is the toll gate that charges for the highway that you're taking. Yeah. Okay. Monero, you can use the swap to actually swap to TUSD as well. It already works. I'm heading home, which I doubt that anyone will be at home at this moment. Looks like Chicago. Well, this part has always been under construction since the day I left until now. Yep, I'm back in KL after having some time off to see my kids. Had a great time. We will not be adding new wallets to the system for a few reasons. One of them is the amount of asset that I have to keep and back up for the withdrawals. It's actually quite tedious, you can say. That's why we are only open up to that 6 or 7 to actually manage. Of course, if later on, maybe end of the year, when we have more time, we will be enabling the maybe EOS or some other others, okay, cryptos wallets to be actually to be there. I mean, in terms of decentralized wallet, we don't really have a lot of choices. I know this as well. But we are trying to actually get our base stabilized before we introduce too many other crypto assets. Yeah, don't worry, I'm a very safe driver. When I get to your stage, probably I can get my own driver, right? Then I can actually do all this type of live broadcast. Hi, Gloria. Hi, Kok Seong. Thank you. I know that what we are doing is actually a bit different. A lot of people have told us that it's something they are waiting for, but we are not there yet. There's still a lot of rough edges. Faith would tell you that it's really, really rough. It's like a diamond in the rough, right? So we're trying to smooth up all the edges to actually turn into something better. One of the things that, as you say, we're trying to beef up on the knowledge base side. So zero knowledge users can actually go in to get more of those information. And of course, Eugene is helping us on it. We're going to place his wonderfully did infographic videos on our site as well, with his permission, of course. The OTC program is coming along smoothly. We need to actually go through a process, or what we call a audit process. Okay, so the system that we had have to go through this audit so that if we pass, we can get the license. So now we are beefing up the app itself to hopefully conform for all the required things. Okay, so it's all happening by next week. Hopefully I can give you more information by then. Well, Luigi is in Africa, so probably he'll be doing all those things. Hi, Raja. Hi, BJ. Well, I'm doing this live telecast or live session is to test out the SIM card. So, yeah. Yes, CTO Block Explorer, as I said just now, we have 3 levels. The Explorer is on L1. I don't have time to actually write that particular portion, actually. I have said that, by October I'm trying to do it, but I couldn't find myself to really sit down and do that part. I will try my best to actually get it out before the end of the year. So, yeah, sorry about that. I'm really, really tied up for time. Oh, cool. I'm nearly home. Thank you, Eugene. I will let Matthew know so that we can actually place the videos on the site. If you could give us the non-voiceover version, and we can actually do the voiceover for the other languages as well. Faith and Shohan, please don't fight in this channel. I know both of you have some misunderstandings, but try not to fight here. Yes, Cloud SIM is free for anyone that comes to the event. Wow. When I developed Ore, I tried to excite people about it. went through a lot of blockchain experts, and the first thing, even those from big corporations, so-called experts, right? They say that Ore, it is not a blockchain. So, well, took it with a grain of salt. We actually built Cloud Token on top of it, and let's see what they say. Good, Faith, you're taking the first step. Don't fight. Just compete. That's it. Yes, the KL celebration event will be in October. Thank you, Luigi, for your hard work. I know it's really tiring to travel all the way from Canada to Asia, and to travel from all the way up to Singapore and Malaysia, Penang, and without any rest, then to Africa now. Thanks for all the things that you're doing. If you need any help, let us know. We'll try to help you as much as we can. Well, Bernard, okay. The answer for that is actually very difficult to answer because Jarvis Max is actually based on the market size. Alright? About nearly a month and a half ago, when the market was at about 1,003 for Bitcoin, we actually hit about 80% of our target. And during that time as well, the market started to slump a bit, dropping from 13k down to 10k. So, and the time was also because the China side, you have a lot of projects which actually died, and a lot of exchange that closed down. So, it affected the market by a lot. So, we are now back at about 55% or so. So, we're still good. Every day now, there's still a lot of people in China going in and out, which is very normal. I think because of the political situation, or maybe something like that. But it's still okay. The bulk of the members are actually overseas now, so we're good.
In 800 meters, exit left.
Well, I hope that Cloud can help everybody change the way we are going to spend, the way we look at finance. So the project itself is supposed to be a social finance project. So yeah, it's supposed to change the way we all think the market works.
In 200 meters, exit left.
Cool. I'm just right in front of my house.
Exit left. In 800 meters, turn right. In 200 meters, turn right. right.
Okay. Gonna show you. All right. Okay.
In 200 meters, keep left.
Very familiar. This is the office, the Q Central office. And next to the Q Central office, we have St. Regis, which is the hotel. And then that's where I see the next door.
Keep left. You have reached your destination.
Yes. Cool. I'm home. Okay, guys, I'm gonna sign off after I park my car, of course. I'm terrible in parking. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining me in this experiment with Cloud SIM. It seems that it works. I wanted to try it from Singapore down to Malaysia for the roaming switch, but it seems that it did not really work very well in Singapore. For Malaysia wise, I think I didn't get any interruptions, probably only once, but it's great. So yeah, thanks. Hope to see you guys soon. Remember, the more stuff are coming out in a couple of weeks time. So yeah, read up on our website. If you have not read the business proposal, read about it. More news are coming up. The daily news, we're trying to actually come up with more content that is more market related. We're coming up with that. I think we stopped it for 1 week or so, but we're going to come back with that. I believe that is also good to share knowledge and information of what the market is. We're trying to get that up. We're trying to get that up soon. We'll fix the iOS problem that most of you guys had when you click on the partners, it would crash. We will actually fix on that as well and upload the updated version onto the App Store. So thanks guys, thanks for joining me. Bye bye.